Oh, we own. Everyone and their granny is making brushes these days, and you can spend 30 pence or £30 on a single brush. How do you know which ones you can handle and which ones to brush over? Which ones will make you bristle with excitement and which will end up giving you a stroke? Fuck's sake, I can't say that. I can't say that. Hi, I'm Alex and I paint tiny things. So the short answer is you can use any brush you want, really. That's it. That's the information. That's the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But you don't want any brush, you want the best brushes, right? Well, best is subjective, but I can tell you what works for me. Broadly speaking, brushes fall into two categories: synthetic bristles or natural ones like Kolinsky Sable or Mongoose. And when I mention the tip or belly of a brush, I mean the pointy end and the part of the brush that holds water and paint. Great. The issue with most synthetic brush hair is it struggles to keep a natural tip. Natural hair is far superior for holding and releasing paint and for keeping a tip, but of course comes with a higher price tag. So it's pay less more often or pay more less often. My recommendation is stick to natural hair if you can afford it. When I made the switch, it made a huge noticeable improvement to my painting. The first question though is, what sizes do you need? Most brands are similarly sized, but you want to account for variation between them. I use a size 1 and a size 3, and that covers almost everything. Both have sharp tips for detail. 1 is small enough for me to do eyes, while 3 is big enough to do washes and shading. I have a 0 on hand for ultra small details, but I rarely use it. You may want to experiment with sizes, but you don't need a billion brushes going down to size quadruple 0. The second question is, what brand? I've used most of the big brands now, and my go-to is Winsor & Newton Series 7, but their cost versus the amount of duds I'm starting to get is pushing me back to some of the other brands in case things have changed. The Series 7 are the brushes that most of the Warhammer Heavy Metal team use, according to one of the painters I spoke to a few years ago. And I would mention Games Workshop's own brushes here, but their Artificer series are actually just rebranded Winsor & Newton Series 7 brushes with added markup, so you're better going to the source for them anyway. Winsor & Newton also do a Series 7 miniature, which I would not recommend as a main workhorse. The belly on the miniature ones isn't as big as the normal Series 7, so they're not going to hold as much paint. They're designed for tiny canvases, not really hobby miniatures. You've got French company Raphael and their range, the 8404. These are regularly compared to Winsor & Newton and many people prefer them. There is a German company called Vinci and their Maestro Series 10. Another British company, Rosemary & Co, have a Series 33, which tend to be slightly more affordable for Kolinsky Sable. And then there's a newer brand called Artis Opus who are marketed specifically at miniature painters. Just remember, brush quality can be variable. The natural hair brushes are usually made by hand, so despite the quality, you may find yourself needing to send a brush back for replacement now and again. There will be other brands out there doing great things with brushes, I'm sure, so please let me know in the comments if you have any others worth considering. And lastly, once you've got your super nice brushes, you can get yourself some brush soap and learn how to clean them so that you can extend their life and save needing to replace them as often. Alright folks, that's it. So if you'd like links to any of the brush companies that I've mentioned, I've popped them in the description below. And if you're wondering whether or not there are additional paints outside the world of Citadel and Warhammer, then you're in luck. I'm doing a video on that too. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I feel like an absolute pillock saying that, but it really helps me. Honestly, it really makes a difference. This is the bit that you skip. So if you're still listening, good on you. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, so yeah, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.